Hey guys, Donovan Pearase of Blackwater Cats Outfitter. I got some trip tips for you for your next trip to Lake Winnipeg. Tip number one is throwback lures. The reason for a throwback lure is to quickly get a different presentation back down to the fish. So you can reel up a rod really quick, drop down a different presentation, or if the fish bites and you lose your bait on the first, you can throw back a second baited lure. And that will be responsible for getting you more fish and sometimes bigger fish as well. Tip number two is leader length. So when you're fishing on the ice thickness changes throughout the winter, and one really good tip to help you land big fish on the ice is knowing where they are. The number one cause for losing fish is losing them on the bottom of the ice because you're trying to horse them. So what you can do is, if you've got say 30 inches of ice, you can set your leader with this ant swivel at say 35 inches or 32 inches, so that you know once you see that leader, the fish is almost at the bottom of the ice and you can start taking your time and trying to guide his head into the hole to prevent him. I see it all the time where guys don't know where the fish is and they start reeling up, they hook the bottom of the ice and then the fish is gone. When you see that swivel, you know you can put the brakes on a little bit, keep the rod bent, and take your time getting the head into the hole on a big fish. So tip number three is the lip grip. This is your single most important piece of tackle when you're fishing trophy fish on the ice in the wintertime for fish care. So once I've caught that big fish, I quickly clip him up with the lip grip in the bottom lip and keep him in the water. And now, as long as you keep his eyes and gills in that water, you have time to get your camera, measuring board, call over a buddy to come over and take the picture for you. You can get set up, decide where you're gonna take the picture, what angle. And like I said, the fish is in the water with his eyes and gills in the water the whole time, totally healthy, totally fine. And then when it's time to pull him up, it's 8 to 10 seconds, clip, 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 back down the hole, and he's good to go. This is a single most important tool you can have when you're trophy fishing on the ice in the winter. So tip number four is equipment care. Lake Winnipeg is an absolutely beast on equipment. A lot of first timers to Lake Winnipeg have had really, really bad experiences with that. So what's very important is if you're in a truck, you got a little bit more protection because the natural suspension of the vehicle helps cushion a lot. But even then, you want to make sure your auger, your heater, stuff like that is packed in the back in positions where it's not moving around, not bouncing around. Your ice tents are good to have back there and put stuff on top of it because it's a natural cushioning. Just make sure your stuff is just not loose, banging around the back of your truck, because anything you have is going to be broken. Even more important on a sled, when you're pulling behind a tow behind sled on a snowmobile, I mean, it takes an absolute beating. So a buddy heater or equipment or sunflowers, your rods, tackle, even your lures inside your tackle box. If you got in the back of your sled, you should have foam inside your tackle box and packed tight so things aren't rattling around, because literally all the paint will rattle right off your lure. So that's your number one tip. Lake Winnipeg is a beast on equipment. All right, so tip number five is trip expectations. Now this goes for us or any guide or outfitter anywhere you go. You know, once in a while I get guests contacting me saying that their only goal is catching a monster fish, an over 30-inch walleye. They don't want to catch eaters or nothing else. That's the only goal of the trip, and that's fine to have a lofty goal. But I'll tell you something, the guys who are solely fixated on the biggest fish or that one single goal are the guys who very rarely ever achieve it. Realistically, if you come here with a good attitude, come here excited to catch fish of all sizes. Take the pressure off your guide, come with a great attitude, come positive, listen to your guide, let him guide you, because that's what you're booking him for, and you're gonna have the best time. For more information on these tips, check out the blog post link below.